Top of the morning.
Did I talk first? Okay.
Sure, let her rip.
All right. Hello, Uncle Bobby. How you doing?
Just right.
Our next inductee into the Hall of Great Westerners is sponsored by Arvis Bank. Following in his family's footsteps, he has been a working actor since 1969.
After studying theater for one semester at Colorado State University, he dropped out to pursue his career and made his Broadway debut in Hair soon after. Film work followed, many of them westerns, along with numerous TV series and movies. Let's just take a closer look at our lengthy, legendary inductee.
Born in 1949 in San Mateo, California, Keith Carradine left college to pursue acting. His trail of success can be followed from New York City to Hollywood. He debuted on Broadway in Hair and parlayed that into a major motion picture, A Gunfight, alongside Kirk Douglas. Robert Altman cast him in McCabe and Mrs. Miller, marking the start of a fruitful collaboration. Carradine appeared in TV shows like Kung Fu with his brother David and starred in such notable films as The Long Riders, Cowboys and Aliens, and The Old Man and the Gun. He earned Emmy and Golden Satellite nominations for Chiefs and Deadwood, respectively, and his stage work garnered awards including the Outer Critics Circle Award for Foxfire and a Tony nomination for The Will Rogers Follies. Today, Carradine continues to be a versatile and respected actor in both theater and film.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to induct into the Hall of Great Western Performers, award-winning actor, and my brother, Keith Carradine.
Thank you. I did write something, yeah, but before I start to read what I wrote, I just want to say a couple of things first. First of all, I want to send my love to my wife and child, Haley and Sean, who's 5 years old, my little boy. They can't be here, which breaks my heart. Well, just because he has school. It's an incredible time in my life that I get to do this again, to be a daddy again, and try to get it better this time than I did last time. Some of you might know what that's like. So I just want to send my love to them because they're watching right now. They're watching us stream via the Cowboy Channel or the Western Heritage Museum link. I hope they're watching, and if they are, I just want to say, Haley, I love you with all my heart. Shawnee, I love you, buddy. It's going to be bedtime soon, so I love you once, I love you twice, I love you more than beans and rice. And the other thing I want to say is I want to thank Mo Brings Plenty for bringing a moment of utterly transcendent spirituality to this room. That was something. So now I'll try to keep it together here. You know, when the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum asked me if I would accept this honor, I had to come to terms with my own doubts about whether or not I'm even worthy to stand in the ranks of such a stellar pantheon. Giants, the likes of Henry Fonda, Jimmy Stewart, Lee Marvin, Ernest Borgnine, Maureen O'Hara, Barbara Stanwyck, Reba. And I decided that I can and I will accept this honor on the condition that it's understood that I am standing here on the shoulders of my father, John, and my brothers, David and Robert. Dad was there at the beginning. He first worked with John Ford in 1936 on a movie called Prisoner Shark Island. He then went on to work with Ford many times. And his body of work is legendary, including some of the greatest westerns ever made. Stagecoach with John Wayne, Jesse James with Henry Fonda and Tyrone Power, Brigham Young, again with Tyrone Power and Dean Jagger. David cut his teeth becoming a star on Broadway and then soon found himself following in the footsteps of Alan Ladd, playing Shane in the television series. And his status as a legend cemented with his portrayal of Kwai Chang Caine, of course, in Kung Fu, where he played the first Asian-American Western hero. They'd never let him do that now. But you know, and I understand that, but boy, he was good. And then, thank you. And then Bobby memorably began his career at the age of 16 in Mark Rydell's John Wayne classic, The Cowboys. Now, yeah, those boys' horseback schooling made Bobby he easily became the best horseman among us brothers. Now, this is true, despite our childhood home, where, you know, for a while there, from basically my age 6 to about 9 or 10, which included a big red barn and 3 horses. One of those was this maybe 16-hand Palomino gelding named Taco that would regularly run away with me, terrified. He'd take me off into a walnut grove and try to sweep me off under the branches, or he'd just toss me off, once onto the pavement, splitting the back of my head open. I bled all over my Davy Crockett jacket, which was never the same. I guess I probably never was either. But they stitched me up to ride again another day, and you'd think that starting my horseback in that way would have been a solid foundation, but I have to honestly say I was in my early 20s before I had a decent seat on me and stopped looking like a goose on a log for the legendary Jack Lilly. But I digress. Our brother David said it first. We all started in this business 10 feet taller, standing on our dad's shoulders. And I have benefited enormously from being a member of this family. And thank you. I'm also of the generation that came of age during the heyday of television westerns: Gunsmoke, Maverick, Rawhide, Wagon Train, Cheyenne. I was impressed with Steve McQueen's sawed-off Winchester on Wanted Dead or Alive, and I have to frankly admit that I was perplexed that Paladin's business card read, "Have gun will travel, Wire Paladin, San Francisco," as I'd never heard of anyone named Wire. I think I was 8 years old or so at the time. Anyway, these influences, along with my first film role being in a Western, a gunfight with Kirk Douglas and Johnny Cash, all led to both my deep affinity for this quintessentially American genre and the subsequent opportunities that I've been given to saddle up over and over again. And it remains to this day that my favorite place to be practicing my craft in front of a camera is on a horse somewhere in the breathtaking west of this magnificent country. So, Rex, tell Kevin that if he calls me, I'll make sure I'm available. So as for now, I just want to thank all of you in this room who do so much to support the legacy and continuing relevance of the Western. And as Americans, this is culturally ours alone. It's an essential part of our national DNA. And nobody knows this life and history as we do, and nobody does it better. So, I am profoundly grateful for your approval of my contributions thus far, and this is a great honor, and I am truly humbled. And Bobby, if this pattern continues, I trust you'll be the next Carradine up here, and if you receive this honor, I promise I will be here if I can be. I love you, brother. I love all of you. Thank you. God bless America. Yeehaw!